Hello, my name is Renuka and today we will make some Christmas tags. So this time in the part 1 we use the pattern paper, but for these tags I'm planning to use our own background. So here we are using the watercolor papers with the watercolor. I'm using here mostly the simple watercolor and distress inks and some of the die cutouts, and just gather what you have like the foliage, the colors, and go with it. So here I'm using the Artisa paper. I love paper. This paper is nice and sturdy. I'm not taping down this paper on the mat or any board. I will just splash some water on it, and then I'm using a big flat brush here. I'm using 12 number flat brush. You can use whatever you have, or you can use more water by just sprinkling with the spray or hand and then spread it. Then I'm using here a green, red color, and purple. So I'm going with more traditional colors, and then just for a fun I'll add more orange and yellow to it. But you can go any combination you want. You can choose the blues combination also, like the light blue, dark blue, and purples. That also will nice. Here I don't want too much color on the water. I just spread it out, and then I choose the metallic color here and just spritzing the metallic color on the with the help of brush on the paper. Now nothing right and wrong in this technique. You can get a beautiful pattern either way. You can use your hand or another brush to tap the excess color, and this watercolor is like shimmer in the metallic color, so it will give a nice shine. Then I put another paper on it, so I will get two background at the same time, and then I put a heavy weight on it. Here I'm putting just Nina Solar white card and another thing. I put it for the night, and then it's dry completely. If you are in hurry, you can use your heat tool or machine to dry this out. Now you can use this background for your cards, you can use this background for anything you want. But I decided to make more tags. This paper is quite a big, so I just go with eyeballing the 3.5. Sometimes it's a little bit than that. Nothing perfect here. I'm just cutting the sheet in half and then cutting in the small pieces. You can make a bigger tag also. I will not prefer to make card fully out of watercolor. You can use only the front because it's very thick. Then this is the spellbinder stamps. I have some of the spellbinder stuff, and if you watch my previous tag video you can see all this material also. I link that, or you can go on my channel and see that. So here these are the dewdrop inks from the Momento. These are very nice permanent inks, and I'm just choosing the stamp which will look great on it, and I'm just stamping on it, just chopping the corners to get more finished look. If you really want the tag thing, you can chop the corners like your scissors also if you don't have that punch, or you can use the designer punch or a tag die also. Here I'm saying the another way of using the your mat or the grid mat. You can just take and put it in the corner and use the same grids to measure it. These foliage are come from the different die cut uh, dies I have. You can use whatever you have in your stash, or if you don't want to use, you can directly stamp. Particularly for this thing, I'm stamping and using die cuts also, and this I'm using whatever I have with me. So this is the Hero Art ink. It's like the variant ink. I'm choosing the stamp to it, like stamping on it. But for these kind of looks, like maybe the distress looks or the mixed media kind of look, distress inks go better because when you spritz it, the little bit spread, they give the illusion, and it's look very nice. So just see what you have in your stash and use that. Don't worry about your stamps are not perfect, because here deliberately I don't want the perfect stamping. If I want the perfect stamping, I will use the misty, and these kind of stamping little bit here and there missing, it's giving a really nice look. I use the hard punch to just make a tag hole there, And you don't have to reinforce these tags by adding another tab on it. This paper is quite thick, so you can easily pull through the thread, twine or a ribbon to it without tearing apart the paper. So on the background I want to from, and then I'm kind of searching, okay, joy from me to you. I love that sentiment also. I think that sentiment is from MFT stamp and this from the lawn fawn, but you can use whatever you have and you can write it down by your handwriting also. So before putting anything in front of your tags like the another 3D elements like die cuts and all, I prefer to stamp behind it, so it's like more cleaner look. Because if you stick everything on it, then you can't be able to flatten down. Now look at these tags, they are looking beautiful just as it is. You don't have to add those die cuts or foliage on it. I just decided to add, I already cut out lots of them ahead to make this tag. And I use the same foliage from the previous tag videos also. Here I'm just mixing and matching the things. Some of these are the foiled papers, or you can say the shimmery metallic papers. I bought it from the Michaels. You can bought them from Spellbinder. I think Spellbinder also have shimmer paper. You can bought it from Amazon also. So they just add a more little glitter and Christmassy vibes to your projects. You don't have to do that. You can use the normal paper also, or if you liked a pure clean look, you can do only all these tags in white also. Like you can cut out all the things in white and golden, and you can do that. Maybe in the future video I'll show sometime. That gonna also look nice. Or if you really like the watercolor effects, you can die cut out all these from the same watercolor you color, and use half part of it for a tag and half part of it for die cutting out these flowers and foliage, and then you can stick them on it. That also give a different effect all over it. You can put it all the things white, and you can only stamp these things and then add some glitter with the embellishment. You can do that also. So these are the small stamps. I have these from my stash like from the long time. Some of the times I buy them from the Geons, the aisle where like you get the off and clearance aisle or something like that. So this is the scripty stamp I have. It's a very small one and it is really working for the tag. I just um, choose two distress colors for this, like peel paint and the brown color. But you have to decide the theme. Like I goes here with the um, red and greens and browns and blacks. I'm not using much blues here. uh, Maybe I can use the purple. So basically I'm sticking to those colors which I put on the paper. You don't have to match exactly the colors, but it's kind of forming a palette, like your color palette. So you can see these are looking so beautiful. And I will again stamp the thing. So here the thing, I put all this stamp in the misty, and every time I want to stamp on the back of it, I use that. You can do the same thing with your stamps also, with putting them on the acrylic block. So here I'm putting the happy holiday. This is from the Christmas, I think. And then this uh, big reindeer with all the horns and all, this is from the spellbinder die. I used this in the last video also. I loved it. One from the normal and one from the specialty paper. And here I'm using the Christmas greeting, which is from the spellbinders die kit of the last time. The Christmas greetings, they have all the other greetings also. And you can see what you have style. You don't have to make the same thing you have. I'm just giving you the idea that how you can use your stuff to get more out of it. Then I'm sticking there, removing again and sticking there. So this is the thing happen with me. I also make the mistakes. And here if you are using the liquid glue, it will give you a little bit time to adjust your stuff there. Sometimes you want to remove it and put it again. So yeah, you can do that. Now whenever I like punch the hole, I just want to make sure that on the back side I stamp it properly, like to and from. It should be not inverted. So you have to think that also. Here I'm using the big Misty with this big stamp, which is also from the Spellbinder. And you can use anything, but I have this Christmas stamps, and then I use this Distress Oxiding here. So um, you can pick the color from your always having the canvas, like this is our small canvases, and here I'm picking those colors with that pink, which is kind of little bit matching of it. Here you can use the orange, or you can pick the a shade of red or yellows, so that will look more nice, just give it a little bit contrast. And then I'm putting here the wow clear embossing powder, and I'll put all it at the once, like with the tags. Here you can stamp your sentiment with the same color or different color and put the embossing at the same time. Make sure that you put the anti-static powder before you putting that stamp, because otherwise it will catch, because watercolor paper having the bit more texture than the other papers, so they'll catch more things. And then just I'm embossing it, and in real life they look so beautiful that you don't have to do anything, you can just put it there. And I'm planning to make some gift birthday tags also for this, because these are so cute that and so quick that you can make, and they look so natural with all that watercolor, and you don't have to stick more paper here. Already watercolor is doing the job, because it is so hard. I'm just going back and forth, and on the back side also, because it will warp your paper little bit, so just give it a twist or put them in a heavy book or under the big supplies, and now you can see that how beautifully it come out together. Now for decorating, you can keep it just like that, or you can make more things, like I'm here adding a golden Winkzilla pen. I'm just giving you the options that what you can do. You can color them with the pencils, you can use your markers, watercolor markers, or you can use the alcohol markers, your blending pens, and things are endless, and you can create a beautiful tag, and you can put all this tag on in front of a card, and you just have to put the sentiment happy holiday or merry Christmas, and that will create your card front also. And then here I'm adding a little bit color with that dauber also. Then I thought, no, I will not use dauber technique today. Then I just pull out my Zik clear markers, the watercolor paints, and I am adding the colors here. Now the thing is, here I don't want to add the black embossing powder or the black stamping, cause I don't want to create that the typical look that where everything is black and you emboss it and you can color it. But yeah, definitely you can do this technique with white, but white on white will look nice. If you just want to color, then you don't need that background with the watercolors. The white embossing powder on the white paper, and then you can color it, and emboss will resist it, and then it will show you the real stamp thing. That will also look good. Here I'm choosing the red, it's kind of more festive, and I'm just pick that color from the background also. Those sprinkles and dots are really shiny in real life. I don't know, it's not catching on the camera, but what we spread the metallic ink, it's kind of matching with all the vibe of this thing. And here I'm using the Zik blending marker. If you don't have this marker, you can use a simple water brush, or you can just put little bit of water and use your normal brush, that will also do. These are very forgiving markers, you can easily get a shading with them. And I'm just chop little bit the corners with that small punch. I don't know how much time I have that carrying them, I don't know where from I buy it, but yeah. And then for this next one, I just want to add more colors out of it. I thought this is like, I don't know, so I just take a small cubes of distress ink and just wipe it out, and it will catch that texture of the watercolor paper having that peaches and notches, and where your colors sit, the hot press and cold press stuff. But yeah, for this kind of technique I love to use especially with the distress oxide and distress inks, I love to use the watercolor paper because it will give you a very textury effect, and I like it. So now I'm using all these things in green, and I know, so here I'm just experimenting that how will it look with the exactly opposite color. Like we use the red from that card background, but here I'm using the green from nowhere. And then I just spritz it to make, move that color little bit here and there. And then I just put it little bit of for a while, and then I just dab it with the paper to get the excess inks, and I love that effect. That gives me such a beautiful effect, but it's so much water there, so I just decided to put it aside and put it the acrylic block on it. Then I press it another one with the water, and I put another acrylic block on it. Now this is the different shade we choose the two cards color combination while we making it. And then I'm again using that green color from the distress ink, and using the same stamps. So you don't have to change. I just pull out all my acrylic blocks and put all the stamps on there, whichever fits on which. And as I told you, I don't need a perfect stamping for this. I just want to create something. So I'm using those acrylic blocks and just that distress ink, and sometimes the hero art ink, because I love that variation in colors. Although I have only one of it, but yeah, I love that gradient look. Then this Happy Holidays is kind of my favorite one. It stand out so well, and it works so fast. Like, you don't have to drag it out and put them all together. You can just go like this, and you will get that thing. So yeah, I just choose different colors this time. Like this, for this is very simple, so I choose the same color. In the Memento ink, you can use the same distress oxide or distress ink, whatever you stamp there. And then I put this, and I love this watercolor tag. I never thought that it will turn out so good and so well. I love how the mixing of the colors. And then I'm just putting this in different size, tying different layouts for it, that how it will look like this, how will it look like this. You can, after stamping this, you can put a clear embossing powder or a black embossing powder and heat emboss it. That will also give you a very nice effect. I just skipped that part for this time. Then I thought this small stamp will look cute here. It's a wreath, Christmas wreath, and I just use with the again the green ink, and I'm just following the same thing. I'm not changing much color palette here. I'm not adding much colors. 3 to 5 colors are more than enough for your project. Always remember that. And if you're struggling with your palettes, like what color you can choose, you can go to Pinterest, or you can just Google it, and you will get a lots of color ideas. Or you can choose the same colors I choose here, and then you can create your own thing, because every tag will different, because you will have the different tags, and because of the different stamps you have, because of the different dyes you have, and what color you choose. But if you like this color palette, this works for me, you can choose this one also. And then I'm just putting all this foliage, which all I have already cut. So I'm the subscriber of Maker's Mart kit. Before this Spellbinders monthly kit, they have the Maker's Mask kit. So I have so many foliages, and so many small dyes with them. And I'm still using those. I don't have any problem. I don't want every time a new product. I can use when I thought that I can't do anything with this product, then I give away that product. But whenever I saw I need more ideas, so yeah, I'm using that. But you can use whatever you have. So here, these are the I just use that ripper to distress that edges, and this really work with the big and thick papers like this, because this paper is the cotton based paper, and they have that, not 100% cotton, but yeah, it's have that cotton base, so you will get those freaky threads kind of thing out of it. And this is the bow I'm adding to this card, and then I'm just putting the green ribbons. You can use the twines also, or jute twine is also a good option for this, like they will look more organic. So yeah, according to tag, I decide how I will tie the ribbon. Sometimes I make a bow, sometimes I make bow in front of them, sometimes I on the edge of the tags, sometimes I skip the bows, I don't want to add the bows. So it totally depend on you're using which tag, and you can just manipulate your things, like you can cut little bit, add little bit. And here I thought, oh, he don't have my sparkle, let's add some sparkle. So I'm using my Vinkazilla pen on him. And yeah, so now it's just a part of assembling. Like when you all your backgrounds are ready, you have your die cuts, just lay down them on your the surface, working surface, and then just put them how you want. And after putting all these tags, then stick all this stuff together. So it's kind of a mass producing technique that you are doing, like, you know, cutting all the tags first, then making all the tags background, and then cutting all the foliage, stamping all the stuff first, whatever you want to stamp, like front and back of the tags. And then you are just putting the last 3D dimensional things here, like I'm putting here the die cuts foliage. So this is kind of a mass producing, but yeah, every tag is a little bit different, so I can't see that everything is like same, so it's not boring that way. And you can gift this set to someone else also. Like I'm planning to gift all these tags to someone else, like in the gift box, so they can use, and I'll give them before the Christmas. And another thing, you can add this white pigment into them and add a little bit of white on them. A camera didn't catch it, but yeah, if you want more bright white, you can use the your acrylic paint, put it little bit water and spreads it with the brush. So what these stamps are, this is the Samuelson stamps, and I just choose small like snowflakes from them, and I put them. I love to read your comments and let me know what you want to watch more. Thank you for the support. If you like my channel, do subscribe to it. And until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.